This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You. I, of course, am your host, Stevie Blaze, and this is my Sorcerer's Apprentice, Xavier.
Hi ho. This is the third, and this is the third application in our Disney Watch movies, Fantasia, which a very fantastic name for a movie.
Sure.
And we might have instruments later, but at the moment, it is out of reach of my current position.
Okay. Yes, as he said, we are on our third movie of the Disney Watch. We watched Fantasia, and next time we do a Disney Watch, we are doing a multiverse of sorts. We're gonna watch Pixar movies as well as the Disney Watch, and we're gonna start off with, of course, Toy Story.
Yeah.
So next Disney Watch will actually be a Pixar Disney Watch, Toy Story.
Yeah.
So
And then, if I remember correctly, I don't know if this will be by the end of the year, but the one that comes after Fantasia is Dumbo. I'm not
I
sure.
believe so. Yeah.
I'll have to look at my calendar, but I think that movie will be either in December or in January of next year. I also realize that the dates I've set for all these movies are set to the week in which we'll watch it, not when we'll upload it, because those are two different dates. The date we're currently recording is not the date we're uploading.
Yes, it will come out next Monday at 11.
Yes. Let's see. So it looks like it. Yeah, it's in December. It's the day after Christmas.
I think we get to watch Dumbo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not Bambi. That one's just as fun.
Yep. I think Dumbo's gonna be a short one though. This movie was definitely not a short one.
I think I looked it up, and this is the longest Disney featured animation movie out of all of them. This is the longest one they've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah. And we later in the future we will eventually get to Fantasia 2000, which I actually originally thought that was just um a remake of this with just like better animation stuff like that, but it's not. Actually, Fantasia 2000, they keep the Sorcerer's Apprentice section with Mickey, but all the other ones are all new for that movie.
Oh.
So it's a whole new movie. I guess originally Fantasia was originally going to be like different cartoons, different segments every time it came out, and they just kind of never did that. They actually just stuck with the movies that we watched here. But they wanted to kind of go back to that idea for Fantasia 2000, and that's what they did with Fantasia 2000. They did all new segments, all new music and everything, and then they kept one thing from this one, and that's the Sorcerer's Apprentice one.
Right. That was an interesting. That one was an interesting thing. This movie is kind of broken up into. I don't remember how many, but there's a lot. My favorite was definitely like the history lesson with the dinosaurs and stuff like that. But
well, let's get to it.
As we exit out of the intro section, I got the whatever. Let's do our trivias.
You want to do trivia? Trivia first?
Yeah, I just looked at the Google Keeps thing, and apparently, yeah, we do intro and then useless trivia and then summary and stuff like that. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right. So how far back was the use of magic in real life? Like, not just the use of magic, like the word, the term itself. How far back does that date to? Like, you don't need to give me an exact number if you're like within a certain threshold range or whatever.
Well, I feel like there is.
Oh, and if anybody wants to answer in the comments, go ahead, and we love the attention. Anyway, continue. Love interrupting you, you know that.
Of course. So I believe that a form, I don't know if they actually say magic, but I believe magic is discussed in the Bible to some capacity. So I'm gonna go with. I think it's been around for almost 2,000 years.
Well, I have 2700 BC.
So even longer back than I thought.
Yeah, this dates back. It probably also dates back even further because the term used is like magic, as in like magic tricks. Like you could pull a bunny out of a hat after showing, ooh, there's nothing in there, and then you pull a bunny out. That kind of magic. Next is, what was the first recorded organism? Like single-celled organism. What was that called?
This one's based on the rite of spring, I think it's technically called, the one with the dinosaurs. The first recorded. So you mean like first picture?
No, I mean like the first creature people believe to have to have swam the Earth, essentially. The first organism people believe to have existed on Earth.
I'm gonna go with a frog.
This is called okay. So no, actually, for one thing. For another thing, it's an amoeba. So
Amoeba. Okay.
no, it's a type of amoeba. It's a single-celled organism called the leuca.
Gotcha.
The name of it is leuca.
All right.
And when I looked this up, apparently this dates back like billions of years ago, which I have.
Well, obvious.
I don't know if billion a billion years feels. I don't know. Feels like Earth production, not life. Life transitioning. Like you got millions of years where you go from we go from fish to dinosaurs, and then straight down to like humans, Neanderthals to humans. Also, fun fact: um, the oldest known dinosaurs, which I I didn't put on as a trivia. I feel like this would be an interesting trivia thing, but the oldest known dinosaurs are as old to the most recently known dinosaurs, like the ones that existed when they died, as the most recent dinosaurs are to us. They're much older.
Yes, I've heard that actually.
Yeah, but first dinosaurs are older to the new dinosaurs than the new dinosaurs are to us. So just let that sink in a little bit.
Yeah, it's
anyways.
last
question.
The world is very, very old.
Yes, it is very, very old. Last question. What year was Leopold Stokowski born?
Oh, so Leopold Stokowski is the conductor of Fantasia.
That is correct.
And let's see, Fantasia came out in 1940.
That's correct too.
So I'm gonna go. So he looked like he was about 50-ish. So I'm gonna go with 1892.
He was even older. 1882.
Oh, so he was like in his 60s.
Yep. I also found it interesting how the entire how like the live action part of it was in color. I was kind of curious about that. I was wondering if like that part was recorded more recently than 1940, or if like they actually had colored cameras recorded for that movie. I don't know.
Well, the first colored movie was Gone with the Wind, and I think that was 1933. So it's not really that surprising. I thought it was double check. That's what I said. What did I say?
I said Dawn of the Wind.
Oh, I meant Wizard of Oz. My bad.
All right. So there's the trivia
section. Well, no, Wizard of Oz was 1939, so it was like this came out right after that. So
neat. Still pretty good quality for colored pictures.
Yeah. All right.
Music was really good too. But yes, let's get into the summary of the movie.
Yep. So I have we're doing the summary a little differently because we're just going to talk about the segments in segments.
Yeah.
So, well, first off, is there anything you really want to discuss about the live action segments?
I think this would have been a really cool thing to be at, because there was definitely an audience. There wasn't just a camera preparing for a movie and then transitioning to a whole like picture or a bunch of like an animations. This looked like a live event that was being recorded with like a super expensive camera.
Right. Okay.
And
Well,
yeah.
so the first segment is the Nutcracker segment.
Yes.
I found that pretty blah and boring, me personally. I wasn't a big fan of it. And that's also the segment that had the mushrooms who looked vaguely Asian.
That reminds me. Have you seen the? Oh yeah. Um, that reminds me of actually two things. First off, the one that's a little less important, but still feels relevant, maybe even to the podcast. Have you seen the Super Mario trailer?
Yes, I have.
I am so excited.
Me too.
A lot of people in the comments of that thing are kind of bashing on
Yeah,
Mario's voice, but
yeah.
I think it sounds interesting.
They've been complaining about Chris Pratt as the voice for since they got
I
announced.
know,
So,
I
but I thought
know.
Jack Black sounded great as Bowser, and Bowser
Oh
was
yeah,
awesome.
oh yeah, he did. It sounded very menacing. It's a very menacing voice.
I barely could tell it was Jack Black, to be honest with you. I thought it was really good.
I
Uh,
I couldn't tell either. I
oh, I guess
uh, hmm?
we should also talk about. I say we as soon as we can watch that, we do that on the podcast.
Yeah, you did something similar for you did something kind of like that for what, Love and Thunder? I'm surprised we didn't do something like that for Lightyear. We watched Lightyear recently, but we didn't exactly you you did like a 20-minute segment with Love and Thunder. I didn't watch it because I haven't watched Love and Thunder yet. I
Yeah,
still
I
haven't.
did that because I watched it right when it came out. Lightyear is we watched that later after it came out, so that one I figured we'll just do. I was just trying to because I watched it as soon as it came out while it was in the theaters. I wanted to release an episode on it. Lightyear's already out of the theaters
Jeez.
when we watched it. It wasn't like as fresh and relevant when we watched it, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I
Um,
guess.
so and we'll be watching Lightyear eventually with the Pixar. Um,
Very, very, very eventually.
we'll be watching Thor: Love and Thunder too. That's why I did just a short, quick one. Um,
Right.
Super Mario is not part of our watch, so if we can just manage to watch it, we can do it as one of the random ones.
What when did it say it was coming out?
I believe it was April of next year.
Hmm.
So we got a bit. We got a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out we're gonna have to figure out how many things we can fit with like our categories. We got a lot of categories, and not all movies can fit within every single one of
we
them.
we also have ultimate power and can just be like, hey, we watched Mario. We're just skipping the category.
All right.
We have that. We have that power.
We do have that power.
All right.
Yes, I just like the exoticness of the randomness. Anyway, the second I did mention two things that reminded me. The second thing was there was a disclaimer which I kind of forgot about as I was watching the movie because um I was kind of, I don't know, entranced in the movie, and a lot of it yeah, a lot of the movie was very entrancing, if that's the word for it. I don't even think that's a word. It is now because I said it. It's now a word. So it entranced me. Other parts of the movie, I kind of just thought, you know what? I don't think it hurt too much if I poured some milk and had a couple graham crackers. So,
Well,
um, but
yeah,
yeah,
I was gonna bring up that as well. So
disclaimer.
yeah, the disclaimer, which I'll have more to talk about that later. So this segment was 14 minutes and 36 seconds. The music played was Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, Chinese Dance, Dance of the Reed Flutes, Arabian Dance, Russian Dance, and Waltz of the Flowers. That was the music during the Nutcracker segment on the cartoon.
Yeah,
And like I said, I found this one extremely boring.
It was quite long. It was a lot of it though was still pretty I guess entrancing. It was very entrancing. I'm gonna have to look that word up. If it's not a word, then I'm gonna be using it more often. If it's some sort of, I don't know, derogatory slur, then I'll stop. And you probably might want to edit that out, but okay. Hopefully, if you knew that it was a slur, then you'd have told me beforehand.
Hmm.
Okay, so I looked up entrance. I spelled it as entrance. So okay. So it doesn't look like entrance is a word, but entrance certainly is. I was very entranced with this movie.
Um, anything else you want to say about that segment?
Um, Not really. I kind of forgot most of it. We watched this movie like I watched the movie on Wednesday. It's currently Friday. So
Well,
yeah.
the next segment is The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Mickey Mouse.
That was the second one?
That was the second one.
That one was interesting as well.
This was one of the better ones for me, in my opinion.
Yes.
I liked The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
All right, I have notes.
Okay. Go ahead with your notes.
No, keep going. I just forgot that I just forgot I had a mustache and some notes.
The musical score was La Pretty Sorcerer, I guess. The wizard in there is called Yin Sid. That's the sorcerer. Mickey is actually the apprentice. And he was modeled after Walt Disney. Walt Disney was the model for Yin Sid, and if you turn that around, Yin Sid is Disney backwards.
Also, if you couldn't tell, we also have both of our logos kind of given like stuff from this specific segment.
Yeah, I'm wearing the sorcerer's hat. You have a broom.
Yes. And also we still have our Halloween stuff because this is being recorded on during October.
Spooky
where
month.
we're doing all these spooky month. But even though that like most of the movie definitely has very festive kind of things, and Halloween is festive in its own very very special way. So and this kind of festive is not more of the Christmasly kind of festive.
Yeah, for Christmas we'll probably put ourselves with white beards.
Yeah, white beards. I don't know. I might do. I think we should both do something differently for both of our things. Like you've got a hat, I've got a broom. We've always got something different. You got yourself an Iron Man helmet. I had the heart thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, that's later.
That is later.
So this was probably my favorite segment. There's another one I like. This movie's like real hit and miss for me. There's like bad segments and there's good segments in my opinion. Some of it's just boring to me.
I guess most of it is probably because of the lack of talking. Like
most of
the talking is like with the orchestrating stuff like that. Continue.
No, because I enjoyed this segment. There's no talking in this either. It's just a matter of what you're putting on the screen. Some things just aren't as visually interesting.
I hope that what I said doesn't like inadvertently insult people who like the Pink Panther or like Tom and Jerry, because those are done with very little voice acting.
Yeah, but there's plenty of visuals to watch there. I
know.
I just didn't enjoy the
what's...
first segment. I do have in my notes that Mickey straight up murders that broom, or at least tries to. Like they even made it like a horror segment where he's
a movie like a murder scene, like with the shadow and stuff like that. Yeah, it treats him like he just caused a murder and about to hide that broom underneath the wood. I don't remember the poem, the thing. I don't know, but I do remember this one guy murdering a person who because he's going psychotic and then hiding them under the floorboards, and cops wondering what the heck that smell was, but then leaving. I don't remember what it's called. I hope somebody who happens to be watching this tells me, because I really want to know about the murder. Okay.
But yeah, this one essentially has Mickey Mouse. This one told an actual story. I guess I like the ones with stories more than I like the ones that are just random scenes.
Well, the first one, the orchestrator, or should I don't know. I have his name right here. Leopold, Mr. Stokowski, Mr. Mike Wazowski was Mr. Stokowski said for the first one, like the Nutcracker thing, that the whole visual was like visual music, basically. It was.
I know, and I found it boring.
I thought that was pretty neat, but yeah, it was long. It kind of overstayed a welcome, but yeah, I would say I liked this one better.
Well, yeah, but yeah, this one has Mickey. He is the sorcerer's apprentice. He grabs the sorcerer's hat and he starts taking control of the brooms. So he has the broom start doing his job, but he sticks with the broom. It's just like all he's doing is not carrying the stuff. He's just having the broom do it. And then the broom just keeps going and going and going and overflows everything until the sorcerer comes down and saves everything. So Mickey was a terrible sorcerer.
He almost killed himself.
He almost killed himself. He does try to murder the broom, and the broom multiplies. So just a bunch of crazy stuff. Sorcerer comes back, gets upset, and fixes everything.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
I like his hat.
Sure, yeah. It's a nice hat.
It is a very nice hat.
The next segment is Rite of Spring. It is a runtime of 22 minutes and 29 seconds. What?
Yeah, there was a lot of long segments in this movie, wasn't there?
Yeah, they were all pretty long. It's a 2-hour movie.
Yep.
But so how the notes that I have for this one is it had some cool space stuff, then some boring stuff, then dinosaurs, and then more stuff. But so
that was the history one.
Yeah, the Rite of Spring. It's the one with dinosaurs.
Yeah, and the T-Rex. I basically just wrote down in all caps T-Rex, because I don't know if we're ever going to be watching. If we don't, I'd be very disappointed. I don't know if we ever going to watch Jurassic Park, because
I'm pretty sure to watch Jurassic Park.
I'm pretty sure whenever Jurassic Park was on, I was both 10 and not interested in watching it. I am now 19 and very interested in watching it because dinosaurs and
Absolutely.
murder. Dinosaurs and murder go very well together.
Dinosaur murder is the best murder.
Yes. Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.
Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
So yeah, I liked this segment. There's some boring parts in it as well, but dinosaurs are always cool.
Yes.
What are what are your
The
thoughts?
I feel like we should also acknowledge that scientists in 1940 believed that the dinosaurs all died from a drought.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I'm
what?
not sure. I'm not sure. The entire thought process behind like dinosaurs dying, because everything's really just a theory. Because we weren't there. We dig up fossils to figure out. Oh man, dang it! The stock tore apart. I hate it when that happens. Gross. Threading kind of gets loose. Anyway, the scientists like look for more evidence. They find newer evidence every day. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, Pluto was still considered a planet.
Oh, I think so.
If I remember, holy crap! When did Pluto stop? When was Pluto considered a dwarf planet anyway? I wonder if it. I'm wondering like if it's later than I remember, or if it's sooner than I remember, because I know Pluto was, I think, discovered in maybe like 1912. I don't know. Are you looking it up, or should I have to?
I am looking up the crater situation.
All right.
All right. So according to this, the crater itself that they believe killed the dinosaur was found in 1970s
Ah,
in the Yucatan Peninsula.
interesting.
So
I wonder what. I'm really curious of what the deal is with the what's it called, the Marianas Trench, because that thing's deep.
I don't know.
I yeah. Um, but anyways, but yeah, like apparently back then, Pluto was still considered a planet. People, the scientists believe that the dinosaurs were killed, were were had died from a drought.
Yeah. Well, flood or whatever.
Yeah. I also keep
I
forgetting
found
about
that
the land.
interesting.
Also keep forgetting about like the Land Before Time. That's also a movie we should probably watch at some point. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yep. Let's see. We have time for one more segment, and then we need to take a break for our sponsors.
Yes.
And the next segment is the soundtrack.
Yeah. That one's kind of explained in the same way as the first one, only we're given like this line where it's like wow, and we're given like different instrument sounds. I have my trumpet over here, but I don't know if I want to get it out.
All they really did is show sound waves, which is what I see when I.
Oh, hey, that's a Transformers thing.
Yeah, technically it is, but which I see that when I'm editing these podcasts, I see the sound waves of our voices. So I'm actually quite no, it's not normally like that, but that's gonna be really.
Sorry, Thomas. You're fluffy. So that's a trumpet.
Really? You don't say.
I do say. I say it a lot. I talk a lot actually.
All right. Well,
very talkative.
Yeah, so the Soundwave segment, I mean, there's worse segments. It was quick and not super long, so that it wasn't painful.
It started off the after intermission. So
yeah. So, yep. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, we are back. So
I got a kazoo now. I've always had the kazoo actually for a very long time, but I used the break to
grab
break
your
into
stuff.
my to grab a single instrument, and it's on my finger for those of you who are listening. And I can play the Pokemon theme. Or I don't know. This is a Disney movie, so why don't we do something more Disney? No, I don't know. I don't know anything. Okay, so we left off with the soundtrack. What comes after that? The boozed up donkey one, where this guy is freaking drunk and horny and has all these donkeys around.
It would be the Greek segment.
Uh, I'm I'm wondering if like it would be a really dark twist if I guess if one of those donkeys was that was one of those slum kids from Pinocchio.
Oh, jeez. Number one, there wasn't any donkeys in that segment.
Really?
No, those were centaurs. There was, I think they're called cherubs.
Pretty sure I'm pretty sure the centaurs were in the next one. The, the Greek one I'm talking about is like with all the grapes and the booze and that that really weird guy who is friggin' drunk. He's really drunk.
Yeah, no, that was all the Greek segment.
Oh.
It's all one big segment. But they start off with um they start out with Pegasus, um with the horse with the wings. Those are Pegasus or Pegasi. Um all I gotta know, all I gotta ask about this is, so did that Pegasus mother get around, or are her multicolored kids from a previous marriage? Because she's
It's magic.
clearly with a black Pegasus, and they have a black and white Pegasus child, but the other ones are like red, blue, green. So there's there's a little parentage situation here. I'm wondering. Um,
People have multiple marriages.
and then we get naked centaurs with no nipples in a Disney movie. And
Are you complaining about the no nipples? Because you should.
should I?
Yes. We should all complain about lack of nipples.
Well, there was nipples later in the demon section.
Which, speaking of no nipples, My Hero Academia now is his first season, its sixth season's episode starting to come out. So
Yeah, I saw one on
they're
Hulu,
Japanese.
yeah, I saw one on Hulu, but it wasn't dubbed yet.
Yeah, they don't get dubbed for quite a while on in Hulu. On this Funimation though, you just have to like wait a week or two.
Yeah.
For them to be dubbed.
So the first thing I noticed, and this is probably part of the warning at the beginning, is they sure as hell made sure each one of those centaurs were color matched. Blue centaur goes with blue centaur. Red centaur goes with red centaur. I'm like, very color coded here. And then there was the
I don't know how else do you justify these cupids like getting like this one lonely centaur to get to get with this other lonely centaur and just have them fall in love immediately. I guess centaur love is very different from human love, but
being in Greek mythology, I'm thinking those are cherubs, not actually cupids, but I mean they could be.
They have no genitals.
Yeah, they're little naked baby wing with wings. So they that was another thing. Another thing, like this segment is probably the main reason why they have that warning. Because first off, you have the two servant girls for that drunk guy that you're talking about that was drinking a bunch of wine.
Yeah.
They were definitely black black girls being servants. Those they kept in there. There's another centaur that they completely take out of this section.
Oh.
That you never saw. It was taken out in the 60s, I think it was. For 20 years, they thought this was fine. But there was a very, very stereotypical, like racist version of a black centaur that was through a lot of the scenes from the with the centaur girl centaurs. They were like brushing their hair. This centaur was brushing the girl's hair and doing things like that, making sure the other centaurs were beautiful. But it was just a really bad caricature of a black person. It was this one right here. Can you see it? Oh shoot. It is not coming.
Closer you bring it to it, the most visible it is, but I can't see it anyway.
Yeah, it's not gonna be able to see over here, but it's
you can send it and show, I don't know, edit it into the podcast after recording. But
it's pretty bad. But yeah. Apparently they did take it out of the 60s, and they've kept it out on any future releases. So
I mean, not a bad idea, but still
not great.
It was not a great idea to begin with.
You'll have that, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's there's gonna be stuff like that from the 1940s, but still, it's unfortunately it exists.
It does exist.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
All right, so and then we get the after we get the guy who's drunk, we get Zeus, and I can't remember who builds his. I don't know what the Greek god of building his lightning bolts are, but
then
you get
along
two.
Came Zeus. He held his thunderbolt.
He did hell his thunderbolts.
Yeah.
But despite the slight racial issues, I kind of enjoyed this segment. I've always been fascinated by Greek mythology. So you know, this was kind of cool. It was better than a lot of the other stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to Hercules, by the way, since you decided to sing that song. I love Hercules.
Is that an 80s or 90s movie?
The animation, it's 1999.
Wow. So yeah, it feels very like new-esque kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. It was. I mean,
I also got campground on music, like.
Dang it, you noticed it too, huh? Yeah, that was so the next segment is the ballet of ostriches, hippos, alligators.
Yeah, the hippo.
And yeah,
I thought that one was pretty cool.
The whole time, all I could think about is Hello, Mada. Hello, Fada. So I noticed it as well. That is a traditional ballet song that I'd have to look up his name. The guy who came up with Hello Mada Hello Fada, which by the way came out in the 60s. I didn't know how old that song was.
This movie came out in the 40s.
Yeah,
Talking about 1860s?
no. The song Hello Mada Hello Fada.
Oh.
He used a traditional ballet song that's been around. Oh, I don't even know. What's the name of that song? Song
Sorry about the mic.
is Dance of the Hours. Dance of the Hours is how old?
Even old as mama.
Short
Love how we're,
ballet from
love how we're
eight.
taking a ton of references just from this one segment. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Keep going.
the opera was first performed in 1876 and was revised in 1880. So that song, Dance of the Hours, which is the Hello Mudda Hello Fada music they use, is from the 1880s. Hello Mother, Hello Father, that song is by Alan Sherman.
Sherman.
Yes.
You gotta watch that movie as well. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Is that Disney or is that DreamWorks?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything much about that. But it is that song came out in August 1963. I didn't know that song was that old. I guess I thought it was like 80s or 70s, but it's from the 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, this segment was all right. I think it got enhanced for me because I do love that song, Hello Mother, Hello Fada. So it was an all right segment.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was neat. Neato Cheetos.
Neato Cheetos.
Neato Cheetos.
Yep.
I
And
wrote down Hippo Joker, which
Hippo
I don't
Joker.
remember. I don't remember why I did that.
Ah.
I don't know. There was a lot of weight. There was a lot of weight jokes with the dancer hippo.
Of course,
because hippos
hippo.
are heavy.
Yeah. The last segment is our demon segment.
Oh yeah.
Which plays a Russian song and Ave Maria at the end. Um, Ave Maria, by the way, is the first and only song on this movie that had lyrics because they sing the song, and there was a crap load of controversy for this segment.
Is it because of the devil?
Because the devil scared the crap out of kids. And they actually took this segment out and they eventually brought it back. But yeah, this segment scared children and it was taken out of Fantasia. Which, to be honest with you, how many kids are really watching Fantasia? I feel like this movie's more for adults because and not so much because of subject matter, but more because
it's a 2-hour movie.
it's a 2-hour movie with no words, with no lyrics, and some old guy telling you about him. An orchestra.
So, yeah, kids don't tend to like find much interest in that unless like I don't know. There's some out there that will, but it's not exactly within the kiddie stereotype, which even within like the broad stereotype, they don't tend to have a whole lot of interest with the deep arts of Fantasia and its music and stuff from the 1800s. Like anything from the 1800s that has nothing to do with cowboys, I don't think they really care much about it.
I feel like the only segment kids are really going to care about in this one is Sorcerer's Apprentice, because you got
the dinosaurs.
Mickey Mouse. Okay,
what about the dinosaurs?
Maybe dinosaurs.
It's a freaking T-Rex.
All right, so now that
T-Rex
you've
was awesome.
Now that we've talked about it, what was your favorite segment?
Okay, my favorite segment of the movie. Yeah, it was probably the I keep saying Okay, that's my favorite. Me saying like I really care. What am I talking about? It's the one with the dinosaurs, the amoeba, on and the really unrealistically flowing lava. Lava does not flow like that. Lava
um,
flows very, very slowly.
that's
It kind of
fair.
also slowly petrifies, like when it flows into different regions.
Right.
It's that cools it down.
Mine was definitely Sorcerer's Apprentice, and my least favorite is the first segment, with the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Mine too.
Um, what rating would you give this?
Man, I feel bad giving critical, but like it's a very 4.5 movie. It's not. I think it's a little below average. It's not. It feels more like a documentary without words.
Right, right.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a
A four.
4,
That
yes.
is
And
extremely low. I wasn't even gonna give it that low.
it's not extremely low. It's below average. Extremely low is like 2 or 1. Like cats. Cats is the low and the extreme low. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
but
extremely low
okay,
is like below 2.
I would say it's extremely low for a Disney movie. I feel like most Disney movies are pretty good, and that's a really low number for a Disney movie, in my
I don't know.
opinion.
I hate to be critical, but you've drawn me into the path of the dark side. So what am I supposed to So what am I supposed to do now? Just
uh,
actually grade things fairly? That's not what I'm here to do.
I was gonna give this movie a 5.5. Um, Only because there are segments I did like, but I thought overall this movie is it was kind of rough to get through. It was really slow. It's kind of boring at times.
You know what? I'll give it a 4.5 because of the T-Rex. Any
There.
any movie with any movie with a T-Rex like that, you can't. I also love how kids were scared of like the devil segment, but not of the T-Rex segment where it kept chomping on that other dinosaur's neck. I
Yeah.
feel like I should know the name of
That
like
was
any
pretty dark
dinosaur.
for a Disney movie, I thought.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
How
I like the demon segment too, actually.
and I would rate this underneath both Pinocchio and Snow White. I feel like I don't know both of those movies have like story esque going for them and a okay runtime with what they've got to work with. This movie was divided in segments that some of them were some of them I kind of just thought maybe I don't think I'd really miss anything if I just into the went to get some graham crackers and pour some milk and then dip chew chew yum yum yum.
Yeah.
That sounded like a very drug-esque thing to say, but no, I was not doing drugs.
Jeez. Anyways, moving on. Um,
Yes.
what what is your
How would you rate Fantasia though?
I
Under
said 5.5.
I mean like with the other two
Oh, it's my
movies.
least favorite by far, and
Okay.
probably will stay down there for a long time. I don't know. I know I've seen a lot of there are some Disney movies I've never seen that we're going to be getting to. So I don't know where I'll put those, but I know I've seen Bambi, I've seen Dumbo. I know I like them more than I liked Fantasia. Who knows? Maybe Fantasia 2000 will be better. Uh so what would you guess the critic rating for Rotten Tomatoes is?
this one's a hit or miss. I'm gonna say for both critics and audience, like a 33.
I think that critics probably do like this. I think we're in the minority. So I'm thinking like 85 for critics. And I feel like more audiences probably disliked it. So I'm going to go with 65.
All right.
Well, let's just say that we're definitely in the minority. Critics gave this 95%. Audience 83%.
Now I feel like a pessimist, and it's all your fault. I blame. Where's my finger going? I have to point my finger in the direction of the camera. There we go. Yes, you. You have driven me to this pessimistic lifestyle.
So
Toxic.
well, I think next is the Cinemantra.
That is what we do. Do you have your Cinemantra ready, or do I have to pull something out of my eye socket ball things?
I've got a Cinemantra. So if you were going to do a segment for Fantasia, what classical music would you use, and what would the segment be about?
So just because you're using classical very broadly here, I am going to say Super Mario Brothers music, and it's going to be very apocalyptic.
Oh, geez.
with like a bloody Mario everywhere. Very early 2000s YouTube kind of thing. Like you know the type.
Okay. I'm gonna answer. So I'm gonna go. I'm not sure what I would want the actual subject matter to be, but I would definitely go with Beethoven's Fifth. Do you know which one that is?
I think so.
If I'm right, it's the one that goes bum 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 bum.
Was that in the movie though?
Bum bum bum. Bum. Was it?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think it was. Might be mistaken. I don't know.
Let me make sure I got the right one, but I did not read that Beethoven Fifth was in there. Symphony, yeah, Fifth Symphony. Oh. Well, first off, let's see if this is the right song. Yeah, I had the right song.
I can only hear like sharp notes from it. There it is.
So that's kind of definitely Beethoven's Fifth. I got that right. Let me see if it's in Fantasia. Uh-oh.
If you've got the Airbnb app on your phone, you're already halfway to making six figures and 70,000.
Oh, sorry, skip ad. Oh shoot, you're right, it was. What scene is this? Oh. No, it wasn't in there.
Really?
It's in Fate. Let me check. No.
Right here.
Yeah. Right. It's in it's in Fantasia 2000, but it is not in Fantasia.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I am mistaken then. Wait, now we have something to This looks weird. It's like looking into a mirror, but everybody can see me, except for the people on Spotify, unless they're doing this Spotify video version. Anyways, so, all right. Now for my cinemantra, I've got nothing. All right. So if you would have a music director, if you could like go back in time, another time traveling cinemantra thing, good for us, and get a music director to direct this, like instead of Leopold Stokowski, like someone that we know, like it doesn't have to be like anyone from the 1940s era. It could be anywhere between that now or even before. I want you to assassinate Leopold Stokowski and replace fill in the blank. Replace him with fill in the blank.
John Williams.
John Williams. I have no idea who that is.
He is. Right. You've heard of John Williams? He makes the music for almost every Steven Spielberg movie.
I barely know who that is either. But
what?
I said barely. I know the name, but I don't know what. I don't know who he is.
Steven Spielberg.
I know he's like a director of movies. Right.
Well, let's put it to you like this. John Williams has made almost every song that you ever liked, including Are you hearing this?
I am hearing this.
John Williams made the Star Wars theme. He made the Superman theme. He made the another Steven Spielberg movie, Jurassic Park.
Is he still alive?
I think so, but he's like getting up there.
And even if he wasn't, you could still like summon him from the past.
I feel like he's retired now, but he made I believe he did the score for Back to the Future. He did the score for a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of the best music from action movies and Star Wars and everything is all John Williams.
Neat. Well, I give you a 9. I gave you a full 10. I feel like you've got the right answer there. I didn't really come up with a cinemantra that left very much room for creativity, but I think you got the right answer. What do you give me for my apocalyptic Mario?
I'll give you a 7 because I wouldn't mind seeing that actually.
All right.
Dude. Is there anything else you want to talk about this movie?
So let's see. All things considered, I really did like all the music and the and the speech. This Stokowski, before you murdered him in cold blood to replace him with a really good movie director, I thought he was a pretty decent guy. He at least he was a pretty decent. He was a decent director. He had good speech. He had good.
Sure.
Yeah, and until you murdered him, he was. I don't know anything about the guy, so I don't want to say he's a good, decent guy. But then you murdered him, so. Yeah.
I did it. What?
You murdered him in cold blood, so. Yeah.
That was your decision.
No. I narrated your decision.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm a good person.
Yeah, I've heard that song on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
that's definitely a good thing to recommend. Speaking of recommending, if you haven't watched My Hero Academia, be a weeb like the rest of us. And Toto Todoroki's right here, looking all adorable. But no, my roller. But yeah, I did like this movie, even if I gave it a 4.5. I love the T-Rex. All the dinosaurs were really cool, even if it wasn't scientifically correct. There wasn't any.
It was probably scientific. It was probably scientifically correct for the time.
Oh yeah, definitely for the time. We unlike with Pinocchio, we didn't get any Hitler controversy, which oh man, we
got other
done?
things. We got other things in this one.
Yeah. Man, we were almost got it done with a podcast where we didn't even say the word Hitler, and then I went and ruined all of it. And then along came Zeus. He hurled his thunderbolt. Now I'm dead.
So, jeez.
So, anyways, the next movie we're going to be watching is Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, and I've
watching
heard
that this weekend. Actually,
oh, I'm looking forward to it. Everybody I've heard has said that it's great. Looking forward to it. I can't wait to watch it. Excited about Hocus Pocus 2. So, where can they find you, Xavier?
Oh yeah, we probably would have already watched it by the time this gets uploaded, so this is probably weird, but still, anyway. Yeah, I am Cryokin Artist. I am on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram and sort of Facebook. I do have stuff going on with YouTube sometimes. A lot of the thing with YouTube kind of has a lot to do with my memory space, which is it's very controversial as well, apparently, because of reasons. But yeah, I'm Cryo Keen Artist. It's an ice pun. Where can they find you, Father Dare?
They can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And you can also find me on Dragon Blazer Pro on Twitter. And I think that is all. So, Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen too.
Okay.
The Reckoning.
Enjoy the 60 fastest, funniest minutes on TV. The Alan Sherman Show.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Camp Granada. Camp is very entertaining, and they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. I went hiking with Joe Spivey. He developed poison ivy. You remember Leonard Skinner? He got ptomaine poisoning last night after dinner. All the counselors hate the waiters, and the lake has alligators. And the head coach wants no sissies, so he reached to us from something called Ulysses. Now I don't want this should scare you, but my bunkmate has malaria. You remember Jeffrey Hardy? They're about to organize a searching party. Take me home, oh mother, father, take me home. I hate Granada, don't leave me out in the forest where I might get eaten by a bear. Take me home, I promise I will not make noise or mess the house with other boys. Oh, please don't make me stay. I've been here one whole day. Dearest father, darling mother, how's my precious little brother? Let me come home if you miss me. I would even let Aunt Bertha hug and kiss me. Just a minute. It stopped hailing. Guys are swimming. Guys are sailing. Playing baseball. Gee, that's better. Mother, father, kindly disregard this letter.